Hey there guys, so a number of you have asked for me to do like a meal prep video, so this is somewhat, a meal prep video. So these are just a few basic staples when it comes to meal prepping, the potatoes, the rice, onions and garlic, sweet potato, bacon, the 2 kilos of mince, that's really an important staple, and same with the 1.5 kilos of chicken. Then, I've got, just the thick cut raisin toasts, my high protein milk, 60 grams of protein in the litre, so about 700 calories. Got the frozen veggies, which I can throw in with the mince and the chicken, and then, I've got the 2 small tins of tuna as well. So, those 2 tins, there's 30 grams there, 60 for the milk, and 2 slices of that raisin, bread. There's 100 grams of protein without even trying, roughly 1,400 calories. So if you keep that as a very basic staple, it's very easy to get your first 100 grams of protein in each day with, very, very little effort. And then, you've got your evening meals, which you can turn, virtually into anything. So, upcoming, you're going to see just a few of the meals that, we make with this sort of food. Cost-wise, really quite cheap. The bacon, again, you just cut it up into thin little pieces. You can throw it in with, whatever you want. This is just the chicken, just cut up into pieces. And, yeah, you can either do stir fries with it. That's one of the main ones. Or, you can butter chicken is another one. Other times, we keep the chicken in bigger pieces and just, slowly cook it in the pan, add a few, veggies, butter, garlic, mashed potato, and, turns out really nice. But, yeah, look, it doesn't take much when it comes to meal prepping. I think what a lot of people do is they try and overcomplicate it. They try and come up, with heaps and heaps of ideas versus, if you can get your first 100 grams of protein in, for the day in terms of like something that's structured. You don't have to eat all 100 grams at once by any means, but I'm saying, if you at least, know where the first 100 is going to come from, it makes the rest of your meal prep journey, trying to eat healthier, a lot more achievable. And as a whole, protein helps, keep you fuller as well. So you're less likely to derail, your diet by just eating junk. And then, if you're alternating between, beef and chicken, it really doesn't get that boring at all. There's just so many options that you can, go with that, yeah, depending on the night, you can cook whatever. A lot of the time we'll just cook, a whole lot of the chicken at once. That way, when it comes to divvying it up into different meals, we've got options. We can do what we want in that regard. Another one that I like doing is some of the slow cooked meat in the slow cooker, and that was just some of the corned beef or silver side, just with mashed potatoes, some of the veggies and a white sauce to go with it. Nothing fancy, but yeah, look, in terms of cost, really, really cheap. Still quality protein, and yeah, with these, cuts, you can throw them into sandwiches if you want to take them to work. For me, meal prepping really comes down to making sure you've got your evening meal, what you're going to have. This, again, is just a buttered chicken with rice. Understanding, the evening meal, if you're making that a quality meal with a fair bit of veggies, a quality, source of protein, and, forgo, your dessert and the rest of it, it's really not that hard to eat healthily. This is the mince, so, other options, again, with mince is spaghetti bolognese. We do that a fair bit. It's a very easy way if you need to add in additional carbs. The kids like it as well. Throw some grated cheese over the top, and you're set. Other things, with the mince that we like doing is making shepherd's pie. Again, just potato over the top, cheese, bake it. Yeah, works really well. This was just a different style of meal. Again, still got the veggies there. This was just something out of a pack. I actually got these half price, so yeah, it wasn't $15. you know, still decent amount of protein as well. So, you know, I took a video of the back of it as well. So yeah, 21, you know, grams of protein per serve. It says 4 servings per pack. The reality is that's a lie. You're probably just gonna either eat it all yourself or, you know, split it with someone. So this fed me and the missus for dinner really comfortably. And yeah, you know, this is sort of what it looked like plated up. There was a little bit left over. And, you know, if you keep your portion sizes again in the evening on the lighter side when it comes to carbs, you won't have any, or you shouldn't have as much trouble, you know, falling asleep. This was just a breakfast, so, you know, bacon, mushrooms, we got the scrambled eggs going. You know, again, you know, higher protein, higher fat, and, you know, just not very high in carbs whatsoever. If you can minimize your insulin spikes, you're going to be in for a good time. These are just some snags. This was a different evening. This was more so for the kids because, you know, sometimes they can be a fussy eater, and, you know, it just takes all the pain out of, you know, dinner. You know, if you have to have them the next day on sandwiches, so be it. It's perfectly fine. And this is another one we like doing, is just, you know, the big chicken pieces. They've already been seasoned, and I just throw them on a bed of potatoes, and that way, you know, I put them in the oven. I do them roughly for an hour and a half, and the last 30 minutes I just switch it to grill only, and that way the skin crisps up really well. Throw some olive oil over the top. You know, you've added, you know, some extra calories, but again, you know, the total amount of carbs isn't ridiculously high. Some people, you know, shy away from potatoes. They say they're too starchy. For me, I really don't mind. I actually find, you know, for me, they sit really well. They don't keep me up at night, this style of carb, that is, versus, you know, if I was to have dessert and have ice cream, there's just something about ice cream that just spikes, you know, my blood sugar levels ridiculously high, and they just stay high for, you know, quite a long period of time, versus, you know, potato or rice or sweet potato or anything like that, I do not have, you know, any issues with whatsoever. But, yeah, you know, it's also about finding what works well for you as an individual. As I said, if you knock out the first 1,400 calories with a semi-structured plan, it does make a very, very big difference. And then, you know, you only have to have lunch and dinner, and it's not really hard to hit that 3,000 calorie mark. If you need to go above it, then obviously, you know, you might just start having, you know, more for lunch, or, you know, 2 servings of the evening meal. I'm not a very big one for having snacks. So, yeah, the, you know, quality of meals and the size of the meals that I have are definitely on the higher side. And ideally, you know, a decent amount of protein in each meal. But if you can't, you know, it's not the end of the world. As long as you're sort of getting all the protein in over a 24-hour, you know, time window, your recovery is still going to be on point. And that's what I aim to do anyway. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll try and do a few more of these style of videos, go into a little bit more depth. But this was just sort of a run through of, you know, what I roughly eat, and a brief explanation. So, yeah, hit like and subscribe, and have a great day wherever you are.